A community in Fond du Lac devastated after a fire rips through a house just before 6 this morning. 3 people found dead inside the home.
It happened along the 600 block of South Military Road in Fond du Lac. Authorities say 5 people were inside the home at the time the fire broke out. Authorities on scene this morning called it a group home for people with special needs. But the county executive telling us tonight the location is not a licensed group home. Instead, it's more of a landlord-tenant operation where space is rented out. We have reached out to the property owners multiple times today. We've not heard back.
As NBC 26's Eric Crest explains, the investigation into how the fire started has really just begun.
Shortly after 6 a.m. on Thursday morning, Fond du Lac firefighters were called to the 600 block of South Military Road for a fire that was spreading quickly from the porch area.
There was a lot of fire shown when I arrived.
Fond du Lac's fire chief says one of 2 people on the main floor heard smoke detectors sounding before those 2 people rushed outside. But 3 others here, living upstairs, didn't make it.
We wish the outcome was better. We know 2 people got out, and we know that we have others that didn't. And it saddens us greatly to be here telling you that.
Investigators say early into their investigation, they were questioning why the tenants upstairs didn't react.
I don't think there was any attempt by any of the deceased to leave the structure. So we're going to try to figure out, again, why they weren't alerted to the fire, if the smoke alarms weren't working, or if they were and they just didn't hear it. That sometimes can be the case.
But as of late Thursday afternoon, the investigation evolved somewhat. And with the assistance of multiple agencies looking into what went wrong here, they started to get some answers as to what didn't go wrong.
From looking at it, doesn't appear that anything's out of sorts. Everything, as far as power, gas, everything looks the way it should.
An autopsy of the 3 people who died here is supposed to begin Friday morning to determine the exact cause of death. In the meantime, fire investigators are saying tonight that they believe this tragedy was accidental.
There's no belief and there's no information out there that there's any intentional fire here. It's believed to be accidental, but of course we can't say that until autopsies are finished and the investigation is totally complete.
And as this community waits for answers, the men and women who tried to get those people upstairs out wrestle with the loss.
And it's just an unfortunate, awful tragedy today that we woke up to.